Hello traders, welcome to Trade FX with Gabe. My name is Gabriel Ujimato and this is your weekly Forex Forecast. We'll be looking at the market for July 17th through to July the 21st. As always, we'd like to start off by looking at what the fundamentals are saying, that is the economic calendar. Last week was really explosive, and we will be looking at how the data from last week affected the markets and the trades. This week looks pretty much a clear run, like a clear run. Starting on Monday, we wouldn't have much of a high impact news. Clean run on Monday. On Tuesday, we will have monetary policy meeting minutes on Australian dollar, which I don't believe will affect the market so much. Then we'll have an important news that I believe will have great impact on the Canadian dollar, that is the CPI data month in month, and then the median CPI, which is year in year. Then on Tuesday again, we have the core retail sales month in month and retail sales month in month for affecting the United States dollar. Besides that, nothing else but for CPI data, which would affect the New Zealand dollar. So most of the news which I look forward to have a great impact on Canadian dollar, on some of the pairs will be majorly on the Canadian dollar. So traders, you have to watch out for, you have to plan your trade if you're trading Canadian dollar and plan your trade around this particular news. Next on the line is Wednesday. We wouldn't have much of a news. Again, we have CPI data on GBP. I don't believe it will move the market so much. Then on Thursday, we have unemployment rate change, which will affect the Australian dollar, and then we have unemployment claims affecting the United States dollar. On Friday, we wouldn't have much of an high impact news, except for our Reserve Bank of New Zealand statement of intent, core retail sales month in month again for Canadian dollar. So this is it. Nothing so much to worry about except for Tuesday traders. Try to plan your trade around this. Although we have some trades I will be looking at affecting the Canadian dollar, and we'll see exactly how we will plan our trade around that. So next, let's look at the currency strength meter and how we can plan our trades around it. Starting with the first, we wouldn't have we have CHF, that's Swiss franc, coming out top on the list for the week, and followed by Great Britain pound and euro. Last week we saw New Zealand dollar on bearish to neutral. This week we're seeing it on bullish to neutral with a score of 0.3, not even up to 0.5. Okay, we will see how we are going to trade that, because I have some nice setup on NZD, so this will not make much of an impact to me, because last week it was scoring, I think, 0.2 in the negative zone, which is, we call it neutral to bearish to neutral, and this week is scoring bullish to neutral, almost zero. And then we have Canadian, Japanese yen getting stronger, and the strongest bearish pair is the United States dollar. Then we have also indication that a Canadian dollar will be a good short for the week, and Australian dollar will also be a good short. Well, to make sense of this, is always good to make a comparative analysis with the previous week. So looking at the previous week, we see that is for July 10th through to 14th, we see how GBP moved from 2.6, and this week is scoring 3.2, getting stronger. Swiss franc from last week 2.6, this week is scoring 4.8. The euro at 1.2 last week, this week is scoring 3.2, and New Zealand dollar minus 0.4, this week is scoring 0.3, so it's still within the neutral zone. So any good price action formation around it is still a good setup for itself. We have Australian dollar, which gained some strength, negative 1.2, this week is scoring 0.6, and Canadian dollar from 0.5, this week it's getting even weaker at 2.0. JPY negative 3.3, this week is scoring negative 2.2, and the US dollar from 0.4 is scoring negative 3.0. So my biggest positive to negative net change will be Swiss franc. So I'll be looking to trade most setups on Swiss franc, Great Britain pound, and euro, and then pairing them up with Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, and the United States dollar. So if I'm to pair them, which I've done the most of the work to sift out or filter out the best pairs for the week, and this is it, what I'll be looking to trade for this week. So starting up with Euro USD, I'm looking to go long on Euro USD. GBP USD also I'm looking to go long on it. USD Swiss franc, I'll look to go short on it. And don't forget, if you're trading any of this pair, don't forget to use your correlation analysis to pick out the pairs that will best suit you, so you don't find yourself trading same pair going the same direction, and thereby you increase or double your risk. Okay, so use correlation analysis table. We have it all around the web. You can use that to filter out the best that you can trade, so you don't expose yourself to high risk trading same pair but having different names. All right, next is Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. I'll look to go short on it. These pairs were all explosive last week. If you if you watched the video or the analysis from last week, I really trust you must have smiled to the bank this week, because we had an explosive analysis. Almost over 90% of the pairs, went in the direction we had looked for it to go. Next is GBP NZD long, GBP AUD long, GBP CAD. We're looking to go long again. So these are my top pairs, best setups for the week. So now let's get down to business by looking at exactly what the pairs are telling us on the chart. So starting off with the dollar index. The dollar index, we had looked forward to having a dollar index sell-off to this level. If you remember, we looked at it selling off to this level, but what did we get? We even had much more sell-off to the second level we had predicted, and even had more extension. By standard deviation, this moved around 2 standard deviation sell-off, and this is really massive. If you look at it on the weekly charts, you will see how massive a sell-off we had in the previous week on the dollar index. Well, we will be bringing you up to speed as the weeks go by, and to tell you exactly where we believe, or as the week presents itself, we will be looking to give you the best possible analysis and direction in which we believe the market will go to. So let's start off with Euro USD. Euro USD was one good pair we traded last week, and last week our analysis was we said we should wait for the breakout from this channel pattern. Well, if you looked carefully again, you'll see it's a falling wedge pattern, but then I like trading channels more. They're more reliable. And our first profit target was the 1.11317 level. We got to that level. You can see the position there. We had the take profits, and then even down to the extended level we had, which is 1.11898 level. We saw price, take out all of those levels. This week, I'm still looking to be bullish on euro against United States dollar, but then expect some correction, because this saw massive rally. You see that over 400 pips. So if we're having up to a 50% retracement using the Fibonacci, so we will be looking to re-enter a buy position around the fib levels of either 23.6, 38.2, or 50.0, whichever level you so choose. So expect that correction. Now let me show you what it looks like on the daily chart. So it appears we're having another breakout from a major channel, but then I wouldn't want to confirm this yet. I would like to still trade based on what we see on the currency strength meter. Euro is really strong, United States dollar is weak. So if with any correction we have here, we should start looking for that let me get a writing pen. I think this will be better. So if we begin to see that correction here, we can begin to look for that bullish breakout, towards our next key point of 1.1330 level. Next on the line is is GBPUSD, and GBPUSD again was fantastic week for us. Let's look at the signal from last week. So we began to see that breakout. I think this was 2 weeks. We said expect this correction towards this last key level of resistance, and we expected it to be a support, and we saw that bounce. And last week we said we're still going to buy as soon as price breaks above this level, which is the last high. Okay, not so clear. Let me try to change the color. So price broke away from that level. You know, this was where the week started, and we anticipated price to hit our target at 1.2969 level. Look at how price smashed through that and even extended higher. So this week I'm looking to go long again on GBPUSD. So we have fantastic setup here. So I'll look forward to some correction. So I'll look forward to some correction, giving us that price setup, maybe like a flag, and any bullish breakout from this part, I'm looking for price, to rally up. Oh, just a moment. I'm looking for that rally up to the next key level of 1.3235 level. So I'm using Fibonacci retracement tool to get my most probable areas of retracement. So if price is going to retrace down to the 38.2 level, then it's cool. I think this will be a very good place to enter, because this is also a major, this was our profit taking area. So it will serve as a major key support area. All right. But then it could extend even down to 50 or even 61.8. Who knows? Because this was a really huge extension. This was a really, really huge extension. All right. Let's look at the next pair. So watch out. I wouldn't expect anyone to just enter a buy trade immediately. Okay, I wouldn't expect anyone to just enter a buy trade. We should expect some level of retracement. Next on the list is USD Swiss franc. Let's look for USD Swiss franc, and there it is. So USD Swiss franc, last week we had another nice sell-off. Nice sell-off on USD Swiss franc. So this week again, of course, this correlates negatively with Euro USD. So what I'm expecting is for another level, another correction. All right, I'm expecting some level of correction. This is not coming out top on my list, but then I prefer to trade it. I prefer to trade USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, but then Swiss franc is strong, USD is weak, but I see, and this really extended so much. You see, this is over 411 pips. So any retracement towards the 38.2 level will be a good place to start looking for another shot. So my take is wait for that price action and watch for price. When price begins to break away from that bullish setup, all right, this will be a good place to start looking for sell opportunity again. All right, at least to take out the last low, okay, in case you're looking for the level. So I would like to see price retrace, and then my next profit target will be for price to take off the next low, which is 0.8565 level. Next on my list is CAD Swiss franc. So on CAD Swiss franc, let me just get us to CAD Swiss franc. CAD Swiss franc was an explosive trade again last week. Our target was for price to reach this target, which is 0.6665, but then an extended level of 0.6619 level. We saw how price smashed through all of those levels and even extended towards down to 0.6520 level. Going into the week, let's look at what it looks like on the dailies so you can see the bigger picture. So on the dailies, I'm still expecting price to take out the last low, which is at the 0.6480 level, but this should not come without some level of retracement. All right, and I've given you the fib levels there, so we can expect some retracements towards the 38.2 level or towards the 50.0 level. Any of this level, it will be a good place to start looking for a short. Would be a good place to start looking for sell opportunities. So price could retrace like this. So you start waiting for the breakout towards this next key level, which is the 0.6480 level. Next on the list is GBP NZD. If you recall, GBP is strong, NZD weak. So GBP NZD, this is a good setup again from last week. For those of you that could have traded it, I trust you'll be happy. See how price got to a profit-taking level and began to sell off almost immediately. So this week again, I expect price, well, if you look at it, the price structure here is really nice. We see price having a channel up or forming a channel up pattern again. So price should be able to rally up again towards the next key level, which is 2.0869. But don't be carried away. We could see some retracement even down to this key level. And let me give you that level, which is 2.0348 level. So on the bigger scale, on the bigger picture, you see that this is a major key level of support, a major key level of support. So this is a major key level of support. So you could see price even retrace down to this level. So on a D1, you will see the bigger picture. So, but on H4, it looks all good for us to just go in, because if you look at the price structure from here, let me show you. So we have been having new high, new low, new high, new higher low. You see this new higher low, higher high, and here we're having another higher low. So all things, if price should work out well, we should see price creating a new higher high somewhere here. So my conservative profit target is the 2.0869 level. That's GBP NZD, GBP NZD. Next on the list is Great Britain pound against Australian dollar, GBPAUD. So this is another GBPAUD. So this is another interesting setup we have here. So what we see here is from last week again, we were able to hit the target. So, and immediately we started having this sell-off. So I'm looking for price again, to rally up to the last high, okay, which is the 1.9387 level. But again, please look at a very key level here. Don't neglect this setup. Let me take you to the D1 so you see. So we expect if this structure breaks, which you can see here, we're having the new high, new low, new higher high, this low higher than the last low. So the structure is ripe for a continuous rally, but price could still decide to retest this level, which is 1.8865 level. So if you are in our masterclass, there's a way we trade all of this. So, but then let me give you the basics. So I'm expecting price, having formed the structure of new highs and new lows, for price to continue to rally up to the last high and take it off. So if I'm able to get a rally to the last high, this is approximately 243 pips. That's sufficient for the week. So this is my setup. This is my analysis for GBP AUD. Next and last on the list is GBP Canadian dollar. And last week we saw this performed extremely well. Look at the rally we have on this pair. So I wouldn't want to just jump in on this trade because this is overly extended. If I'm to use the fib tool, you will see exactly where we are. So price expected to retrace at least towards the oh, this is too dark, at least towards the 38 level. Just a moment. Let's use this one, green. All right, so if price is going to retrace, I expect it to retrace towards this level, which also marks a key support level here. So any retracement towards the 38.2 level will be a good place for me to start looking for a new long position. And my new target will be the 1.744400 level. Okay, so this is it, traders. This week the opportunities are not so much, but then we still have some very fantastic setup, which I believe will play out really well before Wednesday or Thursday. So take opportunity, put this, plan your trades around this general analysis. According to your strategies, you have your entry positions, but I believe I've been able to give you a little bit of an insight how I also plan my entry. So until next week, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you this video is helping you, why not recommend it to a friend, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to ask questions using the comment section. So thank you for tuning in. Until next week, have a great week ahead. Bye bye.